So, how will you differentiate the education system of India and United Kingdom?
Um, while what I like, I wouldn't compare because like um, it has been a system of education where I have personally born and brought up. I have learned here everything,
Yes,
and then I went abroad. So the very important uh, the kind of differences which I have observed is like they are very application based in their research. Their research are always associated or collaborated with industries. So they work on the real time problems that the
yes,
industries are facing. They work on the real time problems that society is facing. Whereas in India still we are working on mostly because of course there is a like the resources is also an important aspect when you talk about work, because
yes,
research is very capital investment task. So you need to invest a lot of capital in order to perform a research. So here still we are working very good, but we need to change our mind thoughts from working on the basic to a very specific kind of an research oriented task, like which may be more industry oriented, more your research should be solving some problems in the society, if not the bigger ones, a minute ones,
yes,
but it should somewhere be related to that you would be able to bring a meaningful change in the society. That is how the research works like. So whenever you add something meaningful to the already available information, you made a contribution or
yes.
you made a research. That is what research to me is, and that is how I think the peoples in Cambridge are working for that particular. They're working in that particular
Yes.
area.
So, apart from academics, what about culture there? Means the people, the work culture, and everything about
So
Cambridge.
they are, as I said earlier, that peoples are very professional.
Yes.
So you will see that the workplace is 9 to 5. So they come by 9, they leave by 5.
Okay.
After 5, they do not have business to business for a business. Like they do not answer your queries, emails, because
Okay.
then they have a family
Family time.
or that's their personal time.
Yes.
But till 5, they are very hardworking. They are completely um, like they're very much onto their projects, what they are doing. They're very they're very actually they love the, the kind of work they do.
Yes.
Okay? And in terms of um, what I would say, they're because they have a rich funding sources. So they do not have to they do not have to um, manage the things accordingly. It's just like the
Yes.
things are manageable on their part because they have excess flow of money.
Yes.
So but yet it's not to mean to say that because they have money they do well. They do well because they are doing well, and therefore they are achieving some good things. And in India, we have to first, like, as I told you, that research is an capital intensive job.
Mhm.
So the first problem that any researcher face is the arrangement of the capital, which is very
Yes.
much important thing. And the competitiveness is so high here. It's uh, like the very premium time of your life goes in struggling and finding like the first opportunity of funds that you will need to establish your own lab, or you want to whatever the research that you want to pursue. So in terms of culture there, the people are very hardworking. They are very welcoming people. They enjoy a lot, typically on the weekends. So the Friday till from Friday evening to Sunday, they live their own life, a personal
Yes.
life, and Monday they are back on business,
Back on work.
back on work.
So, sir, when I first told my classmates that
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna take a podcast with you.
Mm-hmm.
So when they heard your name, they got very impressed that yes, Rohit sir, you are gonna podcast Rohit sir. So they say that he's very dedicated person,
Mm-hmm.
always on a research. So how will you explain that? Means whenever they see you, you are always dedicated to your work, about your research. So how will you explain
Now,
your?
first of all, I would I'm definitely thankful for their views on me.
Yes,
So, in terms of so dedication is comes from your, from your passion. So if you are passionate for something, you will always be dedicated to that aspect.
Yes.
So for example, if somebody loves to play cricket, he will be dedicated. You will
Yes.
find him evening or morning, you will find him on the ground. That is what is something related to me. So if I find research as fascinating and interesting, so I am always sitting on my laptop with some of
Yes.
my research papers, projects, and that is how I like to
That's
do the
actually
work.
an impressive thing, sir. Sir, apart from academics, I think we should have something different. I have one rapid fire round for you, sir.
Okay.
So, in this, you have to answer very quickly and
Mm-hmm.
only in one word. I will give you two options, and you have to
Fine.
choose one. Okay?
Well, let's see
Yes.
how I do.
So, first one, sir. What will you prefer? Early morning experiments or late night research?
Late night, of course. I'm not the morning person.
Okay.
Late night research.
Next one, sir. You prefer working alone or team collaboration?
Um, I prefer to be working team.
Working
Mm.
team. Uh, what will you prefer, academia or industry?
Of course, academics.
Academics. Why only academics, sir? Uh,
Ultimately, it depends on. Again, I told you that something. If you find something interesting,
yes.
the main purpose of me getting back from Cambridge to India is I want to, I want to dedicate this time to make more students, those who
Upcoming
can go
students who wanna
abroad
pursue.
and
Yes.
pursue their educations from Cambridge, like university, maybe
Yes.
Cambridge, Oxford, or anywhere best of the universities in the world. So I feel this as interesting, rewarding to me, and therefore academia I would choose.
Yes. Next one, sir. Fame or impact?
I would go for impact.
Yes. I was expecting that only, sir.
Like
Sir.
if you have an impactful work, the fame will follow.
Yes. That's nice. Next one, sir. Innovation or tradition?
Like I would like to make a confluence of this. That is, the tradition can always be innovated.
Yes. Seven situation. How will you explain your research when you're explaining that to a 5-year-old child or any relative or an old age people? How will you explain your research to them?
That's very nice question. So my kid always ask me that why you are keep on killing the mice in your
Yes.
experimental lab. So it's very tough on me to let him understand that why this is important sometimes. So yeah, whenever you want to explain your research, so you should be like, I would say, it's very uh, not hefty words, like not a mere high end English language or research language. It's just like simple you can explain it.
Yes.
Just be very simple. That's it.
So, sir, what advice will you give to upcoming pharmacologists who want to pursue their career in pharmacology or neuroscience or in drug discovery? So, what things they should prevent so that their pathway will be easy?
What I have seen in, like, I'm not criticizing any of the students here, but what I have seen sometimes, uh, as this is an era of social media,
Yes, yes,
so people like to uh, highlight many of the facts which their research might not even cover. Like that, we say this as overselling.
yes,
In terms of research academia or paper writing, we say that overselling of the thoughts. So students should always be try to, protect them from this habit where you achieve something and then you oversell the things,
yes,
because that can sometimes be very uh, harmful, or it might, you might lose the confidence of the people from the research, because if you're only overselling the things, because they might then think that, oh, okay, the student have achieved something, but even though the points he has not touched in his research, he is explaining or he is saying that this will going to happen. So students should avoid that overselling kind of things. Even if it is a small achievement, highlight that. That is sufficient. Nobody wants you to be a big researchers from as you start your journey as a student. We understand. No, I was, or not me, everybody, every good researcher will understand that somebody who is doing a research at the initial stages will have initial piece of discovery, and then that initial piece of discovery will going to lead will lead the second generation of research. It's not like somebody wants you to be a big scientist from the day one itself. So
Yes.
therefore students needs to consider that that मतलब वो हम कहते हैं ना कि जितना हमने किया है उतना बताइए।
Yes.
कभी कभी ज़्यादा बता देना जो है वो
It's not good.
आपके लिए सामने वाले जो आपके रिव्यूअर है उनके कॉन्फिडेंस को आपके ऊपर कम करता है।
Yes.
सो दैट इज व्हाट आई वुड लाइक टू से।
So I also want to ask that how do you stay so humble after also achieving so many things
Oh,
in your
that
life?
is the most important thing that you will learn for going abroad. The
Huh,
peoples are very humble.
very humble.
My supervisor, I would say, he is such an eminent scientist, and I have worked with so many other like eminent scientists in Cambridge. They are very very humble. If, for example, if he has to meet me, being I'm his PhD student, not
Yes.
maybe the 101, I don't know. Still, he used to email you or email me that Rohit will on Friday we are having this free time. Would you be able to meet me for an project update? So this is how the
Yes.
humbleness is.
Yes.
So and even if they come across in the laboratory and they see that the any spills or any kind of an wastage there in the laboratory, he will do the job by himself. He's in 70s, but still he's very humble. So I
Yes.
think that's one thing that everybody should learn in their career, that
People there are so humble. Yes.
people like you, it's nice to be cool and humble, I would say. That
Yes. Yes. Definitely.
what is there to be harsh?
Huh.
What is
Correct.
good to be harsh?
Yes. So we know you're passionate about pharmacology,
Mm.
but if pharmacology was a person and मेरे जगह अगर pharmacology यहाँ पे बैठा होता, so how will you communicate with the pharmacology? Means
Well, we would have gone for a date directly.
uh, that's interesting.
Why we would be sitting here?
Yes, that's so nice. So uh, at last, sir, what genuine advices means so many students, they whenever they see that someone is going abroad or going to have their education out of the country, means they don't have the clear path. Means they will uh, means they get in wrong company or means they make so many mistakes. So is there any mistake that they can completely avoid so they will be completely clear?
See, what I would suggest is like going abroad for an education is definitely something everybody wants to achieve.
Yes.
Now, but the students needs to be informed that nowadays many of these colleges, like I'm not telling the bad, like the good ones, but many of there are many agents who have made this as a business.
Yes.
So what they will do is like they will tell you the name of further university and of university A, and they will provide you the admission in university B, which does not have any, like any identity, so to say. Or it might not be an approved university as per AIU, that the Indian Association of
Yes.
Universities. So you need to be very much clear about whether your university is the genuine university from where you want to pursue your education. If you are taking admissions to those universities, you should first check whether these universities are approved by your government, like not approved in terms of running education, but they have been ranked under such
Yes.
good universities. So for that you can look for the times ranking scale. There are many ranking scales, for example times education ranking, which ranks the global universities. So you can go for that, you can go by that scale sorting. Then you can go for individual sorting. You must, the student must take every inside information about the universities, okay. And then if there are any friends, circles, relatives, those who are living abroad, you can talk to them as well
Yes.
about the university's infrastructure,
Connections.
about actually what are the curriculums they are running, whether these curriculums are being approved by their own government, and whether it is like approved by the Indian government as well. If not, then you will ultimately, after doing all this, the student might struggle. So this shouldn't happen, because they are paying very big amount to getting educations from abroad. So before going there, you should always do your homework. That is what is my recommendation.
So at last, sir, I want to ask you your feedback about this podcast. Means How was it
This
overall?
is this is an excellent opportunity, even for a researchers like me, that I like, can share my thoughts to the students. Again, one of my agenda for
Yes,
which I am here in
yes,
India, so that I can provide all the informations to the upcoming students, maybe the scientists, researchers, and budding pharmacologists. So it's a great opportunity for me to be here and then explain and provide my thoughts. And simultaneously, I have seen some of your previous podcast as
yes,
well, where you where this dbcast has I think have given the opportunity to some of the entrepreneurs and even the students of our own colleges or from
yes,
other colleges. Now they, those who have become entrepreneurs, so it's a
yes.
good story, it's a good initiative, I would say. And I would like to congratulate all the team for this, for your hard work.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much, sir. And yes, that was all about this podcast. And I'm extremely thankful that you gave us your valuable time. And I am grateful that I got this opportunity to host this podcast. So, yes, sir, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you very much. Thank
Yes,
you
thank
once
you so
again.
much, sir.